Thanks for joining me on our daily journey to the empty tomb again. We are reading through the entire Bible in 1 year. I do this every year so that I am growing in my certainty that Jesus rose from the dead and how that impacts my daily life. Recently, we've been reading through Corinthians, and Corinthians is a congregation that makes me think of these kitchen scissors. The Corinthian congregation was a richly blessed congregation, and if they could work together, there would be amazing things that God could do through that Christian congregation. But sadly, the whole letter of 1 Corinthians really deals with things that were dividing the Christian congregation and making them ineffective. In our reading for today is another one of those things that was causing division. The issue was a custom that was there in Corinth. In 1 Corinthians 11, 1 through 22, we hear about a custom there in Corinth that women would wear a head covering, a scarf or something, a sign of authority, it's called, that would show respect to their husbands. And Christian women were saying, wait a second, I'm free in Christ, I don't have to do this. And the Apostle Paul's point was, this custom that is present in our culture shows evidence of an understanding of what God has called us to do in our roles as husbands and wives. And so he encouraged women to wear that head covering, not because they had to, but because it supported a biblical concept. And then at the end, I'll be linking a couple of different translations that more accurately translate verse 16, where the Apostle Paul says, if you want to be contentious, we have no such custom, nor do the churches of God. This was a custom in Corinth, and he was just trying to make a good application to that city. Now, applications and customs change. And I'm sitting here between the place that says, welcome back, and the place that says this section closed. We are dealing now with a custom in our culture. And should we just ignore this custom of saying, wait a second, we need these social distancing? Well, what principle would be involved? Christian love. I want to show Christian love to the people around me who may be immunocompromised, or just recognizing I want to be as careful as I can be. So did God command that we have a section that says this section closed? No, but we obey that law because this is what we do out of Christian love. So customs change, but thinking in terms of don't let these things divide us like they did in the Christian congregation in Corinth. And I just so appreciate that in our Old Testament lesson, 1 Kings chapter 8, we see a marvelous example of what unites us. King Solomon is dedicating the temple, and he shows what a Christian leader does. He is concerned about all of God's people in this prayer. It's a marvelous role model prayer for all of us as we accept our roles as Christian leaders, influencers of the people around us. People are watching, and so how can we give glory to the God who has united us in a common Christian faith?